Good day, brothers and sisters. This is Steve Sandoval, and welcome to Pathways of Hope. The Apostle Mark narrates that they were walking with Jesus through a wheat field, and this was a Sabbath day. The Pharisees observed that the disciples were plucking heads of grain, so they commented that this was unlawful, more so that it was a Sabbath day. By stating this, they were implying that Jesus' disciples were committing sin. Once again, Jesus our Lord shows His compassion, mercy, and love for His disciples. He proceeds to explain why He doesn't find this act unlawful. He cited King David together with his men who, in a particular incident, were very hungry and needed food. So they entered the house of God and ate bread which is unlawful for anyone to eat but the priests. This incident points that God our Father is more concerned about our welfare rather than laws. This passage convicts me when I find myself being quick to judge the actions of others. I often look at others and I fail to see the love that God sees through His eyes, His compassion, putting our needs first with the eternal perspective. I realize that following God's will always ultimately benefit us the most. God does not need anything from us. God is about loving us and being with Him in His kingdom. Jesus said in John 15 verse 13, "There is no greater love that a man can show or give than to die for his friends." It is always about dying for others. It is about the other, wishing the good of the other. So in this incident that Jesus cited, God understood that David and his companions were in dire need. They were hungry. And so, just as a mother would be willing to take on pangs of hunger to give food for her children, how much more our Lord, our Father, willing to give, even if this violates a human law, Just as we see that this is true for the way Jesus had been treating His disciples as well as they walked through the field. He knew there was a law against working during the Sabbath, but for Him, because the disciples were hungry, this was more important that His disciples had a full strength rather than try to follow this human law. Well, it is right to set aside the day of the Lord to honor Him. But how do we honor our God? I believe we honor our God by looking at how we can serve others more, looking at how we can give love and see how we can find what is best for others. Like taking Sundays to be with families, taking time to be with friends who are in need of companionship during this time of pandemic, or bringing a friend to an online virtual prayer meeting, sending food to brothers and sisters whose households are in quarantine and can't cook for themselves. Just finding ways to serve and help out those who we sense need us the most, even if they don't ask for it. This is how we should spend the day of Sabbath, doing acts of love in a most unobtrusive way, not seeking notice or praise. Brothers and sisters, let our actions be motivated first and foremost by love. Let us stop judging others simply because they do things that are unusual. Rather, let's ask, what is the best way to show love, compassion, and mercy for neighbors that God may show His love? Yes, brothers and sisters, make our Sundays doing acts of love. God bless you all.